If you've crossed an ocean or even read about those that have, there's one name you'll know: Jimmy Cornell. He's most famous for inventing the Ark, and he wrote a very popular book, World Cruising Routes, that sold over 150,000 copies. So we've come here to the industrial side of Cherbourg to find out what the man who's been everywhere is going to do next. In 40 years, Jimmy Cornell has covered a staggering 200,000 miles in his cruising. He's covered most of the world's oceans. So when it came to deciding what boat he wanted as his fourth boat, he knew exactly what he was after. And this is it. With so many miles under his belt, Jimmy was adamant that there were several key features that had to be included in his next boat. One was an aluminium hull, another was an integral lifting keel. But throughout the design there are lots of features and details that you see that actually point towards a boat that's designed to go anywhere. Among them, twin furling headsails for a start, a very aggressive, purposeful, angular look about the boat. He wanted to have full vision down below, so a large coach roof here, but on top we've got these granny bars either side of the mast for all the work that's going to happen at this area of the boat, a full width chain plate to give greater support to the mast, and as you move further back it just gets more angular, more muscular as you get back towards the cockpit. Twin wheels and a deep cockpit and some really good solid protection for the crew. The bottom line is that this really is a go anywhere boat. So where are you going, Jimmy?
Well, I've been all over the world, but for me it's a major challenge to sail through the Northwest Passage. For the last 14 years or so, due to climate change, this has been now accessible. This waterway, which has been closed for all these years, there have been so many failed attempts. The first man to sail through was the Norwegian Amundsen, and would ideally like to follow in his wake. We will be on station middle of July off the west coast of Greenland, and then if we can, we start the passage as soon as the ice would allow it. We either follow his initial and original route through the Northwest Passage and beyond, or with my friend Nick Carter, that we're sailing together on this boat, we are very much tempted by one area which has not been passed through on a small boat, and that is the Prince of Wales Strait, which is normally choked by ice, but we hope to, one way or another, being very disciplined, we have the right boat and we're very well prepared to complete successfully a transit of the Northwest Passage. But it's not just about the ice. I promised Gwenda that we'll be able to sail with this boat anywhere in the world. It's a boat made for all seas and all seasons. It is really a boat that I hope to take down to the tropics, and it's been built as such to be able to use it in high latitude sailing and also in warm tropical waters.
Given such a rugged boat, what would have been superb would have been to go out there and punch through 35 knots and some big waves. But as we have it, we have about 6 to 8 knots of breeze. But I tell you what's really interesting about this boat is that this is a boat that weighs around 15, 16 tons, and we're still sailing along at around 6 knots. She's beautifully light on the helm as well, really, really responsive. And that's quite interesting because she's a twin rudder configuration as well. When you come down below, the surprises continue, where she reminds you once again what kind of a boat she really is. I mean, take these companionway doors for instance. Have you seen anything quite so solid? Elsewhere, she's a pretty conventional raised saloon configuration, so you've got great visibility all round from the saloon area. All the way forwards is the owner's double, and then there are 2 sea berths on the port hand side, great for passage making. And then further aft in the boat, there are 2 doubles, in fact 1 double and a twin cabin on the starboard side. But my favourite part of her accommodation is here, the navigation station, slap bang in the middle of the boat and with a terrific view forwards. I mean, how unusual is that? But a great layout, very comfortable, plenty of room for instrumentation, a superb nav station. The French have always been rather good at blue water go anywhere boats, but to be honest, they've often looked a little bit weird. But the Exploration 45, she's anything but. She's quite a cracker. And whilst this might not be Saint-Tropez, that's not where she's going.